Hey everybody, welcome back to Meals with Michelle. Thanks for coming. Tonight I'm going to be making something I've never done before. So it's going to be mac and cheese stuffed cheeseburgers with homemade garlic aioli and all kinds of awesome toppings like onion rings, bacon, mushrooms, the works. I'm really excited. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I try to do at least one a week. I would appreciate that so much. Enjoy! Okay, let's get started with our ingredients for our mac and cheese. So I have a cup and a half of milk here, preferably 2% milk for that creaminess. Almost a cup and a half of shredded cheese. I chose to use Gouda because it's one of my favorites. You can use whatever kind you like. 3 tablespoons of flour. This is whole wheat flour, so 3 of those guys. I'm gonna throw in 1 of these cubes of basil and garlic, just for extra flavor. A half a pound of elbow macaroni. So this actually worked out to be about a pound, this 454 gram bag. So I'm gonna use about half of this bag. 4 tablespoons of butter. So I love these sticks of basil because they label it for you per tablespoon. So we're going to use 4 of those. Salt and pepper to taste. So the first thing I'm going to do is definitely get my water boiling with some salt to throw in about half a bag of this elbow macaroni. We have all of our things here to make our homemade cheese sauce. So the first thing we're doing is melting that butter. When that's done, we're going to start adding these other ingredients to make a really rich, creamy cheese sauce for our macaroni. We are slowly adding our milk. Stir that around. We're going to give that a minute or 2 and then we'll be adding our flour. Here is our flour. I actually decided to just use half a cube of that bouillon or bouillon. I still don't know how to say it, but we're just going to use half a cube of that. And let this sit again, stir it around. I have medium-high heat. So as you can see, this is really starting to thicken up nicely, which is what we want. I've added my salt and pepper, and now I'm going to go in with my Gouda cheese. Oh, there's a lot of cheese in there. It's going to be delicious. Let's get that all mixed well. And I also just strained my half pound of elbow macaroni. Our sauce tastes amazing. I did a little taste test. We're gonna add our macaroni. The heat is off. We're gonna stir it all around and just let it sit for a couple minutes. We are adding our finished mac and cheese to a casserole dish. We'll be covering it and refrigerating it for about an hour. That's gonna keep it all nice and together for the inside of our burgers. Time for some fresh garlic aioli to top those burgers. So I have preset my oven to 425. Our garlic is going to be roasting for about 40 to 45 minutes, but let's get started with the ingredients first. So I have 1 cup of mayo, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, or however you like to say it. I don't think anyone really knows the real way. I have about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. As you can see, I'm almost out, so I'm getting as much as I can. We're going to need olive oil, half the juice of a lemon, salt and pepper, some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, and 2 heads of garlic. So what we're going to be doing with this garlic is cutting off the ends, taking some of the skin off and exposing them and getting them ready to roast in the oven. We have our 2 heads of garlic. I've cut off the ends, taken off some of the skin and just opened them up a little bit. Sprinkled them with salt, pepper, and drizzled them with some olive oil. So we are going to pop them in the oven at 425 for 40 to 45 minutes. There are going to be some crazy good smells coming out of here soon. While our garlic is baking, we can start adding our ingredients to a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender or a magic bullet. That'll work just fine as well. Get all the juice of a lemon. Preferably not the seeds. And our mayonnaise and Dijon mixture. And we're gonna give this a little blend before we add our garlic. Just a quick little blend before our garlic's ready. So I know everybody makes their hamburger meat a little differently, just as they would with meatloaf, etc. So I'm just gonna show you what I do really quickly. I don't even really measure anything. This is about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. So I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder, onion powder, seasoning salt, regular salt and pepper. I like to add ketchup. And if you can see, I do have 2 eggs in there. A nice big handful of finely chopped onions. I probably forgot something, so I might come back to this, but I'm going to start mixing this up with my hands. Perfect, so our hamburger mix is ready. Before I make patties, I like to cover this and put it in the refrigerator for about 20 or 30 minutes, just so it's more firm and the patties stay together better. So we're going to put this in the fridge. Our garlic is all nice and toasted. So we are going to basically just pop them right out of that skin. It should be really easy to get out. And we're going to add it to our food processor. I should have mentioned that you actually want to cover your garlic heads before you bake them. So I did that. So remember to cover them, please. Alright, so we added those cloves of garlic. This is actually out of this world. I tried it. It's so good. You can just lick it off your fingers. So we're going to let that sit. We have our homemade garlic aioli, and I'm super excited. I just got together our burger toppings, so of course these will be of your choice. I'm going to be using some more Gouda cheese to melt on top, lettuce, tomato, and pickles. Here are our patties and our mac and cheese. So as you can tell, they are a little bit thinner than usual and quite big, but that's also because they shrink on the barbecue, of course. So what we're going to be doing is taking our mac and cheese. I did cut it into little squares here, if you can see. Putting it in the middle, and then actually taking these thin pieces and putting one on top, and then kind of pinching them together. So these burgers are absolutely ginormous, but there is that mac and cheese in the middle, so they're not as thick really as they look, but they do look amazing. You can make them as big or small as you want. I just wanted to make 3 or 4, so mine are really big. So let's move on to our hot ingredients to top our burgers. My burgers are in a cast iron skillet. I was going to barbecue, but it's raining. This is going to be delicious anyways. We have our toasted buns here. We're going to use some of that garlic aioli. Look at how amazing these look with that melted Gouda on top. So now we're going to add our onion rings. Our bacon. We have everything all plated here, that lovely burger with some salad, sweet potato and beet chips, and some hummus. There's the inside of our burger. You can see that mac and cheese there.
Oh my goodness. So these burgers are intense. I actually had to put my hair up to eat them. That's a good thing. I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.